Hey guys, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with a love reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This will be a he said, she said spread, which means I'm going to be asking 4 questions: how you see your person, how you feel about your person, what you want from this connection, and how you want to move forward in this connection. I'm going to be asking all of those same questions from your person's perspective. This deck is going to represent your voice and your perspective, Scorpio, and this deck is going to represent the voice and the perspective of the person that you are currently romantically connected to or wish to be. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of this month, and I think I can do it, but I need your help. If you are already an official Sunflower, thank you so much. I appreciate your love and your support genuinely. And if you aren't, just consider it. It's just something to think about. Even if this reading doesn't resonate with you, if you like anything that I do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get started. How does Scorpio see or perceive the person that they are currently romantically connected to? How does Scorpio see or perceive this person? We have the King of Wands and the King of Swords. Okay, interesting. And I'm going to be asking all the questions first, and then I'll go through the answers one by one. How does Scorpio feel about this person? What are Scorpio's feelings towards this person? We have the Devil, Capricorn energy, and the 6 of Cups. What does Scorpio desire from this connection? What does Scorpio want from this connection? We have the 10 of Swords, and we have the Judgment card. And how is Scorpio moving forward in this connection? How is Scorpio moving forward in this connection? The Priestess and the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. All right, let's go through your person, Scorpio. How does this person see or perceive Scorpio? How does this person see Scorpio? We have the Hermit, Virgo energy, and the 2 of Wands. How does this person feel about Scorpio? What are their feelings for Scorpio at this time? We have the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. Interesting. You see them as the king, and the Queen of Wands is over here. So that's a weird thing. What does this person want from their connection with Scorpio? What do they desire from this? What do they want out of this? The Knight of Cups and the Fool. Interesting. And how are they moving forward? How are they moving forward here? We have the Chariot, Cancer energy, and the 9 of Pentacles with the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, all right. This does look like you're in separation with somebody, and it doesn't have to be like we're broken up or we have officially separated. It could just be like emotional distance separation type thing, but I'm just going to get into it here. The King of Wands and the King of Swords, and how you see or perceive this person. Very hot and cold. I can't say anything other than that. Look at the contrast in these cards. One's red, one's blue, one's fire, one's air. They're opposites, right? When you think about it, well, not opposites because fire and water, right? But they're opposites when it comes to, they're different when it comes to how they express themselves, how they love, how they show up in relationships, and what they want from relationships, or I feel like you think that this person is hard to like put your finger on, or it's hard to know what mood they're going to show up in or what day. You do see this person as somebody who's very in charge of their own life, but I do see that also as being very controlling, okay? They want to control who's a part of their life, what they do, how they operate, how they move. It's almost like you feel like there's something that connects you to this person, whether it's their passion, their vision, their desire, or how you desire them, their sexual prowess, their sensuality, their magnetism, their charisma. Could it be their intelligence, their sense of humor? I just feel like there are so many things that you really, really like about this person that you find really admirable and very, very attractive. But it's the hot and cold thing that is really turning you off because you are not sure how they actually feel about you, how they see you, what they want from this connection with you. You don't know. It's just I feel like they're not hard to read because it seems like they make everything very cut and dry, but it's just hard to read what they actually want from you on what day at this time, because they seem to switch up from being very, very passionate and, oh, I want you, and, oh, I got to see you, oh, I have to have you, to this makes sense and this is logical and this is all about business, all about work. You might get to see like this Jekyll and Hyde thing with them. Not saying that one part of them is evil or anything like that, or bad or a villain, or nothing like that. Just the contrast. Basically, like maybe at work, maybe you guys work together or something, and maybe at work they're very professional, very cold, very cut and dry, like Waiting to Exhale. I think her character's name was Robin, and she was hooking up with this guy that she worked with. And when they were in the bed together, he's like, I want everything for you. I want you to get the house that you want. I want us to have babies. I want us to get married and have all this stuff. But at work, it was like, you're dismissed. And it was just this contrast that just doesn't feel very good. That's how I think that's how you see them. Okay. We have the Devil and the Six of Chalices for how you feel about them. You feel like they are a karmic lover. Now, I'm not here to say that they are. When I say stuff like that in these readings, it's just me confirming what you feel like you already know. Okay, I'm not here to diagnose. I'm not here to project. I'm not here to tell anybody what anything is. Okay, but this is how you see them. You can see them as a karmic lover, simply because the Devil and the Six of Cups implies that kind of past life love relationship that's meant to teach you a lesson, or meant to trigger you in some ways, or meant to provoke some kind of fear that you're essentially supposed to like overcome at some point. You also feel like this relationship is a little bit unhealthy or a little bit toxic. Okay, you guys might have children together and you might be sticking it out for the kids, but but if you're doing that, it's bringing out a side to this relationship, or an aspect to this dynamic that you really don't like. Okay, because now you're starting to feel like you're being controlled. Also, this element of control, once again, this element of control, or like needing to submit to this person, or needing to be in the boxes that this person puts you in. And it also could be because you've known each other since you were young. There could be 100 reasons as to why you might feel like you are in this person's debt, or you need to be of service to this person, or you need to be like somehow below this person in some way in order for this relationship to work. I'm not really sure. What your deepest desires, highest hopes for this connection are the Ten of Swords and the Judgment card. I think you're wanting to look at the ways in which you betrayed yourself by staying in this relationship. I know that sounds very deep and very heavy, but Scorpio, you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I resonate with that desire to kind of understand where you may have gone wrong in this situation, where you are probably more eager than most to just face the pain and say, look, this really hurts. And I'm disappointed. I'm devastated. I feel betrayed. I feel like I betrayed myself. And now it's time for me to make a decision on how I'm going to move forward. I just feel like essentially you're going to decide to leave this pain in the past, but first you have to face it. And that's what you want. You want to face this pain. You want to stop running from it. Whatever's making you uncomfortable in this particular dynamic relationship situation with this person, I think it's time for you to confront it. Confront the ways in which you maybe let your standards fall, and the ways in which you allowed them to penetrate boundaries that you have for everybody else, right? I think it's time for you to kind of analyze that a little bit for yourself. That's what you want to do. So I'm going to strongly encourage you to do that. Don't beat yourself up though, because it's not about that. It's not about you saying, oh, I was such an idiot, or I'm so stupid. It's not about that. Just ask yourself, in what ways could you have better protected yourself from the situation? Now, can we always protect ourselves from everything? No, absolutely not. Okay, sometimes you don't know what's coming until it comes. And this person could have literally flipped a switch on you. It may not even be a Jekyll and Hyde situation. It could be, at first we were good and now we're not good. They completely changed, their personality changed. This could be an abusive situation. I'm not really sure. If that's the case, hey, you got to do what you got to do. You have to prioritize yourself. And I think that you will. The Priestess and the Ace of Wands, and how you're moving forward. You're ready for a new path to open up. Okay, I don't know if you've been going back and forth with this person, or if you've given this person a million chances, or if you guys have been in a romantic relationship for a long time. I'm not really sure, but I know a new path is opening for you, because you're going to take it. You're going to take that chance. I think that you're going to decide to stop communicating with this person. I think that you're going to decide to stop dating for a while, to stop looking outward for your happiness or your fulfillment. And you're going to really start digging into, who am I? What do I want? What do I want my life to look like? And that path will start to open up for you. There is a new opportunity for you, but it's only after you get closure, and only after you are willing to let this go. The Death card, Scorpio's card, right there. Right there. I can't make that up. It's time for you to get closure and move on, and then a new path will open up. There's no rush though, okay? Take it at your own pace. Do it at your own time. The Hermit and the Two of Wands, this is kind of what reiterates this idea of you guys not speaking now or even in the future. I think if you're already not speaking, you're going to continue to not speak unless there are reasons where you have to speak. Communication is pretty much gone silent. They don't know how to read you either. They don't know whether you're in or out. They feel like maybe you're stuck in between two worlds. You're not sure what you want to do, how you want to move forward, if this is something that you want to move forward with. They don't know how to read you. You have not been letting them in. Emotionally, you've been very reserved. You've been kind of saving all of your love for yourself. You're not the same person that they expect you to be, especially if they see you as this Queen of Wands and their feelings. If they see you like that, that's not who you've been lately. It's almost like, not that your spark has gone out, because that can never, ever, never happen. But it's almost as if there's this version of you that only exists when you're with them and you don't like it. And I think that that's why you've been more reserved, but they can see it. Okay. We have the Emperor and the Queen of Wands and how they feel about you. They do respect who you are, the place or the role that you play in their life. They respect that you're independent and you have your own way of doing things and that you don't necessarily need a partner. But they do feel like you're supposed to submit to them. If we think about it, the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, the Emperor is the highest, right? The Emperor and the Empress are the highest when it comes to the hierarchy in tarot. The Queens and the Kings are just below that, right? If they're feeling like they're in partnership with you and you're the Queen of Wands and they're the Emperor, then essentially they feel like they're able to control you and to use your own passion, your own energy, and focus it in a way that benefits their life, not yours. They might feel like you're a little bit undisciplined, or they feel like you need their guidance in some way. It does feel very like fatherly, very much like, I'm going to train her up in the way she should go so she knows exactly how to be my partner and fulfill all of my needs and do everything I need them to do. And okay, it's almost like having a very good coach for a partner, but I don't think that you value that in this relationship, or that's what you want out of a romantic relationship. This person may even if you begrudgingly admit it, they may even pull the best out of you. They might get the best work out of you, the best creativity out of you, the best energy out of you. They may pull that out of you. But I just feel like you don't want to be in a situation where you feel like you always have to perform. The highest hopes and desires for this connection are the King of Cups and the Fool. They want another chance. They want an opportunity. They want a clean slate. I would wager to say that this person does not necessarily feel that they have done anything wrong, is doing anything wrong, has ever done anything wrong. You know, a lot of times, and I feel like this person is in the masculine energy. It doesn't matter about their body. A lot of times when somebody's in the masculine energy, it's hard for them to see the benefits and the potential of the relationship, and also not realize that there's an emotional aspect to it as well. You don't want to be with somebody who's constantly criticizing you or telling you not good enough or doing this well enough. You don't have this together enough, or your life is a mess, or you need to be better with your money, or you don't want to be with somebody who feels like they're always like fathering you. You don't want to be somebody who feels like they have to raise you. And to me, this person just feels like they want another chance to show you the romantic aspect of the romantic side, or like to tune back into the emotional aspect of this connection, because I feel like maybe they see that that's something that you need, or maybe that's just so you will give them another chance. Okay. We also have the Chariot and the Nine of Pentacles and how this person is moving forward. They're going to be okay. They're going to be fine. And I'm not saying that they don't love you or care about you. I don't know how long you've been together in the situation or dynamic, but they're going to be fine. So if you choose not to move forward with this, I don't think you need to worry about this person. I think this person is incredibly independent. I think this person is very well versed in loss. What I mean by that is they've lost lots of people. I don't know how they've lost them, but people come and go in and out of their lives all the time. And it could be because they are in that King of Wands energy where they do make connections with lots of different people. But these connections are either useful, transactional, temporary, or just when I'm right here, right in front of you right now, we have this connection, right? So they're used to the temporary aspect of people, okay? And I know this is going to be so hurtful when I say this. That's just how they are. They're gonna be fine. They are used to being left behind. They are used to being abandoned. You guys both have the Death card at the bottom of the deck for you guys. They're used to being abandoned. They're used to separating themselves from people. So they have kind of mastered the art of detachment in a way. So it's not that they didn't care for you or want the best out of you, because that's how they showed that they cared, is that they were trying to pull the best from you. And there are reasons why you wouldn't want that in a relationship. There are reasons why that doesn't work in a relationship. And I think this really comes down to some sort of inherent fundamental incompatibility when it comes to you two. I can't say that they didn't love you or care about you, but just based on what I see, they're going to be fine. They're going to be okay. You don't need to worry about them. They're just going to go forward, basically just, I don't know, adding to their own abundance or adding to their own prosperity. They feel very comfortable doing that. When they're the only ones in the ship, nobody can argue with them about the direction that it's going. And I think that's how they're moving forward. But I don't want that to discourage you or make you feel as if you didn't make an impact in this person's life, especially if you guys were together for a long time. I think you guys are just on very different journeys. And this is the point where your paths are diverging and you're going your separate ways. That's pretty much what it is. All right, Scorpio, I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will be with you next time.